Hi, you guys. It is March 4th, 2016, Friday afternoon. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Purl Podcast, episode 86. If you are new, thank you so much for stopping by and spending a little time with me. And if you find something of entertainment, of value, of inspiration, that you will go over here, click that subscribe button, go over here and hit the thumbs up, and I would thank you so much. And for you who keep coming back and viewing, I am so grateful for you. There's so many other podcasts out there to see, and I've got a few in my to-do list that I'm anxiously awaiting the time to sit down and watch. But anyway, thank you so much for spending time with me, and I really, really appreciate it. Okay. You can find the show notes for this podcast on knitandpurl.net. The Purl is P-E-A-R-L. In social media, I am One Fine Cow. On Ravelry and Twitter, I am One Fine Design, the number one. On Facebook and Etsy, and I am Doris M. Smith, all smooshed together and lowercase on Instagram. Go find me, follow me, join the groups and all of that, and I would thank you so much. And I will follow you back on Instagram and whatever, because I enjoy looking at pictures and different things. So thank you. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl podcast group. There's a link in the show notes and down below in YouTube and Podbean. Link down below. That's where you can find me. You can find this podcast to view on the show notes, knitandpurl.net, on YouTube, the Knit and Purl Podcast, on my blog spot, which is knitandpurl-doris.blogspot.com, and on Podbean, it's Knit and Purl Podcast on Podbean. So you can find me in those places. Ravelry group birthday shout outs. This week we had one birthday who is JJ, who's Jan. Excuse me. What is that about? Anyway, Jan is actually a leap year baby. It was 2/29, February 29th. So happy birthday, Jan. I hope you had a wonderful time. And I am so curious. You don't have a birthday that many every 4 years. So tell me how you celebrate your birthday on any other year that's not got the 29th in February. Please, I am so curious. You can leave a comment down below on YouTube, or leave me a comment in the Ravelry thread. I am so curious about how you celebrate your birthday on years that there is no 29th. Anyway, happy birthday. And if there's anybody else that has a birthday and they don't post their birthdays on Ravelry, I can just say happy birthday. We're almost finished with all of this administration, but I don't know why I've got a tickle in my throat. We have a February and March knit along, or along, which is a read along for February for Valentine's and Heart Health. So the rules are: you must be a member of the group to qualify for prizes. An entry is anything in shades of red. As many entries as items completed using at least 100 yards of yarn, and posted by March 31st. Chatter is always welcome and always encouraged in the contest thread. The prize for this is a $20 Etsy gift card. So when you knit something red, think about your loved ones and think about the people that you might know who have a heart condition. So that moves us to Story and Stash and a little bit closer to knitting, which there isn't a lot this week. But I do have stash. Some fun stash. I purchased a, I put this in backwards, but it's a Knitter's Pride Dreams. And it is a 10.75 40-inch circular for a project I will soon be starting. But I love these dreams. They knit so wonderfully. They handle so well. So I'm hoping this one is just as good. Reasonably priced. So I purchased that. I got the yarn story. I got my 2 skeins of Red Heart Super Saver in the colorway Artist Print. These came from Red Heart. The other 2 that I got last week came from Love Knitting. So there is a dye lot difference in these, but I'm okay with that because these 2 are the same, and the other 2 that I have is a different dye lot. But I'll probably use these 2 for a project I'm hoping to start soon with these needles. So, also, you guys, we got some happy mail. So we got Sheila from Thank God for Bags has donated a bag for a prize giveaway. I'm having a hard time with this. But I know that she wants to give this away. It is just the most gorgeous bag I've seen. Oh my goodness. Wait till you see it. This is a bag from Thank God for Bags. It's gorgeous, well designed. Here is her tag. Thank God for Bags. And we have a nice little handle over here or something. And it's got a flower power zipper pull, or it can come off, and you can use it as you can see it's a heart. Is that pretty? So pretty. I love this. But you can remove it and use it as a progress keeper, or the other day when I had my bag by Sheila, I needed a different stitch marker for the beginning, so I ended up pulling off the zipper pull and using it as a stitch marker, and it worked lovely. So anyway, you want to see the inside of this beautiful thing? And look at this fancy stitch at the top. Is that pretty? I'm so impressed. I'm not that much of a sewer, so I'm very impressed by her handiwork. It's just gorgeous. And the inside, red zipper, purple. It's so pretty. This is a gorgeous bag, and this is a giveaway. So, I just got it yesterday, and it's been very busy, so please let me think about what the contest is going to be and how I'm doing the giveaway, because Sheila has so graciously donated it, and I want to do it justice. So give me until next week, and I will let you know what the prompts are going to be to win this bag, this lovely bag. I put it back in the thing, and I'm putting it back to keep it nice and safe. Also in the package, I got a lovely card from Sheila and Deb from the Never Cast Off crew. Said, happy giveaway, congrats. So maybe this was all of us, but I just assumed it was for me. But anyway, it could be for all of us. I got a lovely card from both of them as well. that says, "You rock." And I mean, they both said nice things about me. And it says, "Oh my God, could you be any nicer?" Thank you. Let me just say, right back at you, ladies. You guys rock. I love your podcast and I love your bags. I love your bag, Sheila. They're awesome. So anyway, and also I got a little progress keeper that is a spinning wheel. So cute. And she sent me some whip cards. I'm so excited about them. Yay! So, happy mail yesterday. And as I looked at it today, it brought a smile to my face. As you can see, thank you so much. And if you have a new Etsy store or a product that you would like to promote, like to do a giveaway on my channel and Ravelry group, please send me a message on Ravelry or message me in all of these places and I will get back with you, and I would do my best to make sure that you get promoted very well. So thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Deb. Thank you all. Okay. Story of the week. It's been a very busy week, and with my eating, I had a couple stumbles. And my eating so I had some stumbles with both exercise and eating, but I'm not going to beat myself up. It's one day at a time. And the funny thing about it all, I did do a couple good workouts last Friday and Sunday, but then Monday it was just a really busy week and I did not get the work-ins in. But somebody is trying to tell me something, because I believe it was Wednesday or Thursday, I don't know. Like I said, crazy week. Somebody had brought fortune cookies and shared them. And I broke mine open and this is what I got. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh. So guess what? I ate the cookie. It's like, and I ate it. And then that cookie must have had some high fructose corn syrup in it, because after that I could not get satisfied and I had a not so good day after that as far as my eating. So that's what I wanted to share about that. So the health pearl this week, let me get to it. Health pearl. I like to do a health pearl to share some tips and tricks that I come across in my week. And this one is 25 natural appetite suppressants. So I think that's pretty cool. It's interesting. Good to know these things. Natural. 25 natural appetite suppressants by Daily Fitspirations. Fitspirations. Okay, come on. What is the deal? No, this is not it. Oh, I know what it did. Go back. Okay. Here it is. So, number one, here's the page. It's on my stumble. That's what it looks like. It's by shape. So, first one, no. Okay, the first one is almonds. Almonds, a handful of almonds are a rich source of antioxidants, vitamin E, and magnesium. They increase the feeling of fullness in people and help with weight management. I eat 1/4 of a cup of almonds with a half an apple for my mid-morning snack. And I usually get the raw just whole, raw, no salt, no nothing. They're really good. Coffee is a good one. Ginger. I'm not going to read all about them. So if you're interested, you can go to the show notes and click on the link and you can read through why they are. Avocados, full of fiber, heart healthy, mono unsaturated fats. It suppresses the appetite when eaten in moderation. Cayenne pepper. Boosts the metabolism and cause the body to burn an extra 10 calories on its own. Okay. Sorry, got distracted. Apples. Eggs because of the protein, I'm assuming. That was entertaining. You're looking at my top of my head as I read. Water, because you're fuller. Sweet potatoes, they have a special kind of starch that raises digestive enzymes, making them stay in your stomach longer and therefore keeping you full. I like sweet potatoes. And there's this weird plum. I'm just going to show you because I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. This is supposed to help with your sweet crave. They said the best way to... sometimes the best way to get rid of the sweet cravings is to shock it with something sour. And this plum is basically a pickled plum and can be fantastic for squashing sugar cravings. Vegetable soup. Hot broth-based vegetable soup can fill you up in a hurry and take the edge off your hunger with minimal calories. Dark chocolate. If you're a chocolate fan, it is better for you to eat a few pieces of dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa the next time you crave it. And if you can't take the bitterness, they say drink it with a cup of black coffee. It brings out the sweetness. Tofu. I've never tried it. I do want to try it one day. Wasabi is also a good appetite suppressant and a natural anti-inflammatory. Very spicy. Green tea. We all know green tea. Oatmeal. The type of carbs in oatmeal are slow digesting and keep you feeling full for hours after breakfast. Vegetable juice. And green leafy vegetables. Salmon, because it's high in omega-3 fatty acids. Your body increases the amount of hormone lipid in your system. Lipid is known for suppressing hunger. Cinnamon. It helps lower your blood sugar levels, which, you guessed it, help control your appetite. Skim milk. Hot sauce is no, it's not 22, it's hot sauce. Flaxseed. A nice green salad. Takes up space. Whey protein is the last one. Liquid meal with whey protein. Okay, anyway, fewer calories. Anyway, if you're interested, please go over, click on the link in the show notes, and you can read the full thing. So now we're getting into the knitting. Sorry that took so long. I have 2 finished objects and stories. Well, one story on this. This one you've seen. One you've seen, one you haven't, unless you follow me on Instagram. I finished the Ron Bias scarf, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Elizabeth Burchard. The yarn is Red Heart with Love. The color is Parade. The needles I used were my Annie Turbos US 9 5.5 millimeter, and I finished it on the 28th. And can you see my design? What is it? My design feature. So I finished what I wanted to knit. I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm done. And I put the right sides together. Well, I had to like take out my provisional cast on, pick up the stitches. I turned it inside out. I don't know why. I was like, oh, I've got to do the Kitchener. Oh, I don't need to look it up. I'll just do it. So I'm going along. I'm like, oh, I'm doing so good. Look at me, inside out. I am doing so good. This is the best I've ever done on the Kitchener stitch. Got to the end, bound off, turned it over, and I had a big bump. And I'm like, oh well, design feature. So there's where I was last week. So I knit that much and decided, that's enough. So, and my lovely design feature. But I mean, it doesn't look bad. It looks like it was meant to be there. It doesn't look bad. So there it is. I love it. I'm not a fan of stuff up close, as you all know if you've watched me. This is nice to wear under a coat or a jacket, to keep your neck warm. Or just leave it, down like this. Or, if you really want to, it's long enough to do double, but it's pretty tight around the neck that way. But it would probably keep you warm. So that is the Ron Bias scarf. Finished object number 1. And I can take this out now. Object number 2 is a project I started on the 28th. After I finished the Ron Bias, I needed a to-go project. And the projects that I'm working on right now, which are very few, are not on the go. So I cast on the 28th, the thank you hat, or the simple ribbed hat, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Pearl Soho. The yarn I used is some Lion Brand's Vanna's Choice. The color is Scarlet 4. I was like, I was digging through my yarn. I'm like, red along. Here we go. And that light is, but there it is. Color Scarlet. The needles, I used a US 8 5mm Addi Turbo 16-inch circulars, which when I'm used to doing like magic loop most of the time, but I was like, let me use this 16-inch. And the needle itself is short, and I'm not used to that. So it took me a few rounds or more to get used to that type of knitting. But I did okay. And then when it came to the decreases and stuff, I went back and got my 40-inch and did magic loop for the bind off. I love this look on the, it's just like it has 4 quadrants. I'm sorry that light is blowing that out, but I'm trying to get it where you can, no, you can't see it there. There, you see the 4 quadrants, and then she has a little pattern to do a little tassel. And so let me put it on, show you what it looks like on. It's very lovely, very nice. You can pull it way down. There's still a little room if you got some big hair. It's nice, I love it. It's more of a beanie type, but there you have it. Thank you, hat. And that is all my finished objects. I have like 1 active whip. Can you believe it? one active whip, which is and I haven't really done a lot on it. It is the Mitered Wrap, which is a free pattern or recipe on Ravelry by Maya Linusson, who is Shumaling on YouTube and Ravelry. She also has a podcast called Shumaling. The yarn I'm using is all the colors and all of my acrylic and what have you stash or leftovers. That's what I'm doing. And I'm making my wrap, the Mitered Wrap, bigger than what the pattern called for. So I'm using US 7, just 4.5 millimeters straights. And here it is. Here is the craziness that is my Mitered Wrap. Show you where I am. That's it. And here you go. So I finished this one. Yes, last week I had this one on the go. I finished this square and I started and finished this square. I think this is Vanna's Choice too. The Lion Brand Vanna's Choice. This one is, I don't know. But I use this, I think it's Plymouth Yarn or Universal Yarns. This one. It is, I use this to make one of my hand spun cowls. And then this leftover color. So I ran out of the ball and I picked up on this side with the yarn that I used for my shrug pattern. So that's that. What I'm going to do next on this is to weave in these ends here. That's my next goal. Weave in those ends and finish this row. There's 7, let's see, 3 and 4. Yeah, 7 across. And then after that row is finished, I will go out 12. So these 3. I'll go using this part, I'll go out another 12 blocks. And it will be a wrap. If I don't like it, I will just continue and make it a scrap blanket with big squares. I'm finding that I've been knitting a lot of like decrease row things and I keep making mistakes on these squares. They're not so much TV knitting to me right now because I have several projects or in the past have had like this one on this free pattern. You start on this side, one side, and you increase on this side and this side, and then you go over here on the other end and you knit 2 together. So I messed up on this a couple times too because I had this one, you knit so many, you slip 2, knit 1, slip those other 2 stitches over the knitted one. So I've made some mistakes and I've ripped back, so sorry, I hit a button and turned off the recording. So anyway, that is all of my whips. So we're just gonna go into Pinterest and stumble and get this done. So Pinterest this week, I had a struggle trying to find a good Pinterest. So I had these 2 quotes, I guess you would call them, pop out at me, and I'm going to share both of them with you. So they're not really linked because there really isn't a link for them. The first one is, once you've accepted your flaws, no one can use them against you. And the other one just hit a nerve with me this week. I love it. I'll make it because he carries me. Beautiful. And finally, the stumble this week. Just a pattern. Where is it? Sorry. Where is it? Probably cut this out too. It's a simple pattern. It is the almost lost washcloth pattern. I can't find it. Anyway, you can go in the show notes and click it. The almost lost washcloth pattern. There it is. Sorry about that, but let me just show you. I've been wanting to try this. They don't have a really good picture, but the almost lost washcloth pattern. So in case you've lost it, here it is. If you've lost it, if you did lose it and you want it, click on the link in the show notes, the almost lost washcloth pattern. You're welcome. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for hanging in there. If you feel so inclined, go over and if in the show notes you can click on my Etsy store. Go give me some love. If you are a designer, a bag maker, a jewelry maker, and knitwear designer, or if you just have a nitty or fiber product that you would like for me to promote, please contact me. I don't have a huge following, but I have enough that somebody that maybe hasn't seen you might finally get, what am I saying? Anyway, get your name out there. Please contact me. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next week. Enough blathering.